Hydrobot is gonna school me on how to protect my skin from irritation.
Here we go!
Well, sorry we had to have two intros today because of how ridiculous the Game Awards were. Well, look who came crawling back from the crusty, putrid bottom of the gaming barrel to plead with an already disenfranchised and rarely forgiving subset of people whose sympathy for failure is about as strong as their emaciated limbs. No Man's Sky somehow, some way, mustered up the courage to face the public once again and presented them with a gift in the form of bases? Fucking bases? You really are as worthless as we all thought.
Here we go!
If you consider the statement that any press is good press, then No Man's Sky has completely conquered the world in its ability to permeate the gaming journalism landscape on a weekly, if not daily, if not hourly basis. From its failed launch to its unsettling amount of silence in the weeks and months that followed that failed launch, the only thing that seemed to pop up were these random epic failures like people filing complaints with their local governments for false advertising, employees either leaving or having public meltdowns, apologies from PlayStation executives, and so on.
Yeah.
But apparently none of that matters anymore because finally, for the first time in nearly 6 months, No Man's Sky had actually a pretty positive week. Because they finally broke their silence and announced the feature that everyone had been waiting for.
An ending that isn't a punch in the balls to a story that was essentially non-existent?
No,
The ability to not only see yourself, but other players as well?
no, still not there.
Any type of multiplayer feature?
Nope.
VR mode?
No.
Okay, fine, I'll just read the fucking press release. The blue balls are killing me. Okay, oh, cool, oh, fucking base building.
Oh,
yeah.
good for
yeah,
you.
That's sure to bring back the hundreds of thousands of pissed off players who didn't get what they paid for. Hey guys, No Man's Sky has fucking base building now. See, no one cares. If I wanted to build bases that no one would ever see unless I took screenshots of them, I'd go play Fallout 4.
Ba-da-bow!
Anyways, they're calling it the Foundation Update, and they're saying that it adds the foundations of base building and is a foundation for things to come. The good news here is that this is the first of many free updates, a promise that they weren't sure that they could keep when the game was launched, but then, they probably realized that no one was going to actually pay for updates, and if they wanted the community to ever purchase anything produced by any of them ever again in the future at any point in time, they should probably not charge for shit that was supposed to be included in the first place. Ugh.
So there's some new game modes, including the one where you can build bases, guys.
Whoa.
There's farming,
Oh, fun.
always fun. There's now freighter ships that hold cargo, great. There's new resources and technology, ooh. There's a new UI that's actually somewhat useful, and they've added some slight graphical enhancements like motion blur and anti-aliasing, which will make things seem a lot less jagged. There's also just a fuck ton of patch notes that you can read on their site if you want to. We'll leave a link to that in the description, but let's get down to the biggest addition to this game, the base building.
All your base are belong to us.
Yeah, base building exists now. And from the articles we've seen online that show off people's bases, it seems like you can make some okay looking stuff if you have enough time and creativity. Certainly better looking shit than what the game was launched with, which says a lot about the laziness of it from the get-go.
But does anyone really give a fuck?
No.
What the hell are you supposed to do after you build a base on a random planet, stick around forever there, and then just farm shit? I mean, the original point of the game was vast exploration, and setting up shop on one solitary planet kind of defeats the bigger purpose of a game where you can travel to a number of planets that's so large that it sounds made up. It's essentially Minecraft, or like we mentioned before, Fallout 4.
Check out my settlements.
Your guy or girl, you can't see it so you don't know what it is, has a place to call home now. But why is that even a big deal, especially when it's added as a feature 5 months after release? And by the way, no one will ever find your base anyway, so whatever. I mean, seriously, it's gonna take a whole lot more than just this to turn people back around. And it better happen a lot faster than every 5 fucking months. Hello, games.
Hello! That's not to say that this update didn't give the game a little boost. Initially, for the morbidly curious who wanted to see if the 60 American dollars that they paid for the game would actually somehow be worthwhile at this point. On Steam, No Man's Sky hit its highest peak concurrent users since September, with just over 8,000 players logged in at the same time this past weekend.
Whoa.
That's like a small town in Nebraska.
They're all playing No Man's Sky because there's nothing there anyway.
Yeah, it's still absolutely terrible for the game that was promoted as a Game of the Decade contender by Sean Murray. At what point does it become too little, too late? And can these late additions make up for the lack of clarity and lack of features since the game's launch? No, we don't think so, at least. But we're also very cynical, and we're assholes.
Yeah, but on the bright side of things,
Hello Games
can at least stay in business without paying ridiculous sums of money to lawyers, the government, and gamers who thought that they were tricked into buying a game which was completely different than what was advertised over the past few years, because the UK's Advertising Standards Authority will not be pursuing charges against them after complaints were filed with them a few months back. Their statement read, quote, "We considered that the overall impression of the ad was consistent with gameplay and the footage provided, both in terms of that captured by Hello Games and by third parties, and that it did not exaggerate the expected player experience of the game. We therefore concluded that the ad did not breach the code."
Also, this is distracting me from my real purpose of banning all porn from the
We need
internet.
to ban pornography.
Get rid of the porn.
Actually, this porn is actually quite good.
This is quite
This
good.
is making my pants
Oh
dance.
my
So-
goodness. So, back to No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
The defense presented was a bit ridiculous, but it made it hard for any judgment to be passed. Basically, Hello Games said that it would be impossible to recreate what people saw in advertisements because of the vast scale of the game and the fact that they marketed the product, implying that every user's experience would be different. So the stuff in the ads is there, you just haven't found it
You
yet.
just haven't found it.
So essentially, their marketing not only got them into this predicament, but also, in turn, got them out of it as well. If the possibilities are endless, the possibility for a good version of this game, it's there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, bravo, I guess, but No Man's Sky has taken up enough of our time. Last night was the #The Game Awards, and we have to spend at least a little bit of time talking about them, despite the fact that they literally only exist as a marketing tool and as a circle jerk for the industry, and as a Razer ad. So pretty much like every other gaming award show ever.
No,
and
any other award show. Period.
awards are dumb.
Yeah.
Cool, all right.
As the theater filled with hundreds of people dressed entirely in a jeans t-shirt and blazer combo, they kick things off by giving out the Industry Icon Award to Hideo Kojima as a makeup for banning him from their awards show last year. Now, okay, it was Konami who banned him from attending that, but it just goes to show how much power studios actually have over events like these. But not this year, baby. He's back, and now he's officially an industry icon who thanked everyone for the support, and then showed off a trailer for his new game, Death Stranding, which we're sure has absolutely nothing in common, both visually and gameplay-wise, with Metal Gear Solid. That would be ridiculous.
Does feature
Mads Mikkelsen.
well, him and director Guillermo del Toro as a playable character.
There you go.
So if you've ever wanted to be him, now you can. Immediately following that, we had our first flub of the night when a representative for Warframe called their player base registered losers.
Yeah, I mean, we have 26 million registered users.
Luckily, they were able to salvage the show shortly after that by bringing out Run the Jewels, who are also playable characters in the already forgotten Gears of War 3. They came out to perform for a crowd completely undeserving of their presence.
Yay!
Oh, it's the guys from that game.
Actually, I am not really a big fan of hip-hop. I can't believe I left Final Fantasy 15 at home for this. I want to be riding in a car with my cool Japanese pals.
Can't wait till the Nintendo NX is out so I can bring it to award shows with me.
Can you shut these guys up? I'm trying to play Zelda.
Ooh!
It's the Switch.
Look at that low poly 720p next gen video footage. Gosh,
What a world.
I wish I lived in Japan. I should have been born in Japan.
Yeah.
Anyway, after Run the Jewels was wasted, then came the chance for a historically self-indulgent moment where the cast of Uncharted 4 could have presented themselves with an award, but that would have been too ridiculous even for this the show, so they gave it to some game from Denmark instead.
It would have been so fucking perfect if they had given themselves an award. That would have been like the icing.
Oh, it was us?
Oh, cool, thanks.
All right.
But let's move on. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shix Hydrobot. Now that is a life-size humanoid robot with a shaving razor for a fucking face. Wow. Well, at least he doesn't have to look very far for something to cut his robot wrist with. We get it though. Someone has to foot the bill for the arena that you're not filling. So Hydrobot it is. Doom won the award for Best Action Game, which is fine. I'm sure people are actually excited about that. Shibby's
You
excited.
think Hyderabad eats a lot of pussy?
He's a Hyderabad. He shaves and eats pussy.
Yeah.
Now you have a clean pussy. Hey, hairy ladies, come see Mr. Hyderabad for some snuff films.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always been more of a lube strip fan myself. I don't know why they're ragging on lube strip so much.
Yeah.
They could have come up with any other name for a competing razor, and they chose lube strip.
They could have named it Harry's Razors, but spelt it like hair.
Hair, yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the show, though. In keeping with YouTube's definition of what the word trending means, which is meaningless, the award for Trending Gamer went to an advertisement for H&M's winter clothing lineup.
Bravo! They were great this year on YouTube.
Wow.
Real influential.
Like, favorite, subscribe. Then, for some reason, Deadpool director Tim Miller must have accidentally stumbled into a segment about an Assassin's Creed VR experience where he quickly became our spirit animal for the show by forcing one of the presenters to admit that they are simply paid to be excited after he was wondering why the hell she was yelling at
She was like, so what do you think about this VR? And he's like, why are you yelling at me? And she's like, I'm paid to be excited. Oh. Anyways, I'm Deadpool director, not sequel director Tim Miller.
Yeah, apparently people were paid to fill the audience too. Probably by that George Soros. He's busting them in to make the video game awards look better.
Driven there in the Schickmobile by the Schickbot.
I cannot see anything. Crash. But if we crash, I need to get you out of the car. My head's just a giant jaws of life.
No, he gets stuck trying to get out the door. He can't do it.
They need to make that game a reality. I'm on board with this franchise and IP.
Yeah. So shortly after that, T.U.G.S presented the Whitest Thing We've Ever Seen award to everyone involved in the live performance of a metal song from the Doom soundtrack. But listen, we can't give out any more awards until the T.U.G.S, so we'll keep the rest a surprise. We did buy the T.U.G.S award today, and it is a 12-inch action figure with a...
Don't spoil it.
Okay.
It's a beautiful award.
Yeah. Anyways, a friend of the show, Nolan North, won the award for Best Performance in a Game. He then looked at his statue, which looks more like a hood ornament on the hood of the car from Final Fantasy 15 than an actual award, and he thought to himself, hey, it's not an Emmy, but it's something. We were also treated to a few amazing sketches like this one to pass the time.
Oh, whoa. Oh, this is so real. Oh my God, I feel like I got the best seat in the house. Whoa, Cliff Blazinski. Too real.
Next up was the award for Best Sports Game, and it was around this time that I just started drinking because of how bored I was. So pretty much anything after this was a wash. At some point in the night, they attempted to do a mannequin challenge, which finally, once and for all, put a knife straight through the heart of that trend. And then Blizzard employees just sat there and witnessed Overwatch win award after award after award for categories like
Best Game Direction, Best Multiplayer, Best Esports Game. Is that like a Spanish sports game?
Yeah, it must be.
Game of the Year, Most Effective Microtransactions. Okay, we made that last one up, but hey.
They would have won, though.
We're just happy that a new title, I'm dribbling, not a sequel, beat out games that have been rehashing the same shit year after year and winning awards for their laziness. And sure, Overwatch is pretty much a flashier, updated version of Team Fortress 2, but it differs in some aspects, so it's fine. At least Call of Duty won jack shit, but it's definitely nominated for a few T.U.G.S, so there's still hope for Infinite Warfare.
Oh, yeah. Now, aside from, I forgot to add something in here. Fucking, what's his name? Wait, what is his name? Not Ryan Lochte.
Michael Phelps.
Oh, and I forgot to put this in there, but Michael Phelps, a real athlete, gave out an award to a fake athlete.
See, we're the same now.
Yeah.
They should have got Ryan Lochte. He probably needs the money.
Yeah, well, the one difference being that the esports athletes actually can use performance-enhancing drugs like Adderall and marijuana.
Yeah.
Which
they're hooked.
Yeah. So that's cool. Now, aside from that, the cherry on top of this putrid cake came from filmmaker Guillermo del Toro, who we talked about earlier. He sent out the following tweets in the hours following the end of the Game Awards.
Konami canceling Silent Hill after PT is one of the most moronic things I've ever witnessed.
And simply,
fuck Konami!
So, bravo for that.
Love him.
But much like Konami's relationship with Hideo Kojima, we also have our own secret weapon for success that we will eventually take for granted and then fire. Shibby! And he's back with yet another blood-boiling game review. So here you go.
T.U.G.S boys and T.U.G.S girls, this week I've been gifted. We've been bestowed upon
look like
the
the
most
devil.
magical, breathtaking, butt buddy bro comedy fantasy of the year, Weeb Fantasy 15. Let me preface this by saying I used to be a big Final Fantasy fan and have hardcore grind to
Final
find.
Fantasy fuckboy.
It's a lot of F's. Final Fantasy game like Final Fantasy 11 Online when it was released in 2002. It's embarrassing to say, but this game was a solid 2 years of my gaming time wasted.
Oh, no.
Those were the days I defended the series and calling other MMO or RPGs trash, such as World of Warcraft and the Fable series. Sadly, after a 10-year wait for... You didn't hit me anymore?
No.
We good? All right. Sadly, after a 10-year wait for Weeb Fantasy 15 to be released, it seems the Final Fantasy franchise has finally joined WoW and Fable in the dumpster. Oh, God. You're not getting this back. It pains me to see the series step away from the sexy cat ladies called the Mithra and now into a generic metrosexual-looking social media taking hipster daddy's bank account, Rolls Royce, what the fuck, driving bro dudes on a bonding trip to, what the fuck, Ricky?
Promo code ETC.
Jesus Christ. The fear of getting hit in the face by a random object. On a bro dude bonding trip out to Brokeback Wedding fucking Mountain. These PS3 graphics will not fool me. In addition to the empty open world, which every one of you Final Fantasy fanboys are creaming yourself over, that does not cut it in 2016. Driving, while an interesting take on travel for the series, is clunky and painfully slow.
Don't they ride on those big birds?
The chocobos? They're hard to get.
It's actually
Pokemon.
faster than the car.
Pokemon.
I don't understand. On the other hand, combat, which is fast, is painfully easy. Let me break it down for you. 1. Warp strike your target. 2. Warp away from your target to safety. 3. Warp strike your target. Number 4. Do you have Gladio's co-op move ready? Use it. Number 5. Go back to warp striking a target. Repeat. This bro dude swordplay does not feel skillful. It's not diverse enough since summoning anything is rare. Magical spells are a fucking joke, and not nearly anything as is effective as warp striking. And your other bro dudes in your entourage are not playable in any meaningful way. But Chibi. Woo! Some of the other boss battles are insane and make my e-boner so big that even my older brother's impressed. Sure, but they're basically impossible to lose, and while it does feel immensely visual, it's just overly cinematic because there's no challenge.
Cinematic?
Yeah. Overall, I'm sure you casual console trash will enjoy this title, but with the development time they had, this should have been so much better. The score for this game literally writes itself. 0 out of how many development years it took? 10.
How about 0 out of 15?
No.
0 out of X.
Get out of
We
here.
got merch.
Yeah. We still got to make the Shivy criminal shirt. Do the guys ever fuck? Like, do you ever get to fuck?
Does it go full gay?
I haven't done that side
Like Mafia
quest
3?
yet.
I bet they fuck in it. I bet there's like
Ass
some kind
Mafia
of
3?
there's some kind of thing where they can
Are
fuck,
they like obsessed with a fucking dress the entire time? They're definitely gay.
which is fine. But I want to watch them fuck in the game. Anyways, check out other episodes. We have a new episode of Tech News Day where the UK is banning all porn. Sure,
But
and
you may be axing yourself.
Where's
Hey.
all of our merch at?
Yeah, where's that merch at?
Well, guess what?
ETC? Well, axe no more.
Because the site's going to go live very soon, but you can head to etcmerch.com right now and sign up, and you're going to get a discount code when it does go live. We're launching with a bunch of designs. We're launching with T.U.G.S shirts. You're going to want them, so go there, etcmerch.com, put in your email address, get that discount code, and we are going to launch real soon.
Yeah.
And thank you, Hydrobot, for making this week worthwhile. We love you.
Bye.